there, I'm Dennis from Zynaptiq at the Frankfurt Musikmesse, and we're showing for the very first time two new plugins called Adaptiverb and Wormhole. What are they? Adaptiverb is basically a reinvention of the idea reverberation used for other purposes than room simulation. What does that mean? Well, you may want to add some reverb to a source to get some harmonic richness or some gluing or some depth without actually simulating room acoustics or echoes or any of that stuff, which happens regularly. Or you may be a sound designer and be using, say, a convolution engine to create new sounds by loading a sample in and triggering that. Well, these two workflows are what led us to come up with a, to be honest, actually revolutionary new way to create reverberation, and it's Adaptiverb. In a nutshell, it resynthesizes the input and then extends the decay of those oscillators to extend the length of the sounds going in, rather than adding lots of delay or stuff like that. And it can filter out any dissonant components. If there's a chord change in your input and you have a long tail, it won't clash when it overlaps. Let me show you. Here's a guitar. Let me actually bring up the guitar. Hear it then. Just a reverb. This is so smooth sounding, like nothing else. Now I can of course do all the bells and whistles like freeze that, or add some fifth. Yeah, now we're talking. So now with this long tail, a chord change will be disastrous in any normal circumstance. Let me simulate that. Here's a completely different audio file. Another guitar in a different key. They clash really badly. 1, 2. Okay, let's add that dreamy, long, textural reverb and use the harmonic contour filtering over here to get rid of any clashing during the overlap. Now let's hear that again without the harmonic filtering. Let me make it worse. Let me make it really long. Yeah, let's fix that. Let's wait. It doesn't clash anymore. How does that work? Well, we have a demixing technology that others sell as standalone products behind this little slider over here. What it does, it compares the input harmonic structure to the reverb's output harmonic structure, and then filters out anything that doesn't work together. Just using this amount slider over here. As a result of doing that, the reverb tail can be, with one knob, adjusted to have exactly the frequency response or harmonic response dynamically of your input. So you don't set up a high cut and a low cut and a bass time multiplier and a crossover frequency, any of that. That gets you far, but it's tedious, and it only gets you so far. This over here makes sure that the spectrum of your tail is exactly the same as your input. Now this doesn't only work for guitars. You can put this on a full mix and add that richness and texture you would get in a concert hall without actually making the source sound reverberated or occluded or mushy, or, you know, because we don't use reflections, we don't use delays, we don't use convolution, none of that. No, we use an autonomous robotics kind of thing that adapts itself to the input. It's really, really AI, really high tech, and it sounds beautiful. Let me show you. Reset this to default. Here's a tune by Otis Taylor. Cool guy.
You know, they call that France. When I've been to Germany, baby, looking for some kind of romance. But those trees in Canada look kind of sad to me. I think I'm gonna go back to Paris, Texas. I'm looking for some kind of romance. But those trees in Canada look kind of sad to me.
Do yourselves a favor and check this out in the studio. It's really stupidly cool. Check it out. You have to hear this to you really get the point about it. Yeah, that's in a nutshell Adaptiverb. Of course, since we're the people that make pitch map, we also give you the option to just pitch quantize the reverb to whatever scales is set up over here with a little keyboard with snapshots. So you can go like, hey man, whatever it is, just make sure the reverb is kind of like, maybe harmonic to C major 7. Just like that. And then it's an amount slider over here. You can do weird resynthesis stuff by reducing the number of oscillators. You can add in harmonies and all that, but I encourage you to check out the demo and the videos that we do after the show, because it got finished to this date just yesterday morning at 10, and here we are showing it to you cool guys. Okay, that's Adaptiverb in a nutshell. Coming Q2 for all formats, all platforms, whatever you need. The second new one is Wormhole. What does it do? No, it's not a radio transmission thing that teleports your audio to Alpha Centauri and back and then gets you all the interference distortion. That would be cool too as a product though. But it takes too many years for the signal to come back, you know? No, it's an effects processor designed specifically for creating far out, otherworldly sounds like alien voices, spaceship drones, simulation of space communications or artifacts of that, or create far out new electronic sounds for your piece of music. It combines 3 sections: a spectral warping engine, a combined pitch frequency shifter. Now this, I'll go into detail on that in a little bit because it's a very interesting design, and a sweetening reverb to just underline the textural aspects of the sounds you can create with this. But enough talking, let me show you how it sounds on a voice. Here we go, here's me talking some weird alien stuff.
We are the many. We are the many. We are the many. We are the many. For eons we have we are the many.
Here we go.
For eons we have we
are the many. For eons we have we are the many. For eons we have we are the many.
Yeah, this is really hard for me because I'm not hearing what I'm doing because there's so much noise going on in Hall 9.1. Let me show you the sections on their own real quick. So first, here's the pitch and frequency shifter. Let me show that first. As I mentioned, it's a rather unusual design. Why is that? Because it performs pitch and frequency shifting within one processing step. They're the same piece of code. What this translates to in practice is that Our frequency shifting has a near perfect suppression of the carrier frequency and the sideband that is suppressed. So basically it sounds a whole lot cleaner, and it doesn't give you the whole ringing through sine wave kind of thing you get with many other designs. So it's very transparent. And the pitch shifter, because of this topology, has sonic characteristics that are different to either time delay based pitch shifting or granular shifting, and on the other side FFT or additive synthesis type pitch shifting. It's neither of the two and has its own characteristics and strong points, and of course weak points. Let me show you just the pitch shifting.
We are
the many. For eons we have tried.
for
Eons we have
Yeah, it gives you 4 octaves down or up. Now the frequency shifter, check out how clean it sounds.
We are the many. For eons we have we are the many. For eons we are the many.
I mean, please, again, do yourself the favor and check out the free trial to really be able to evaluate how this sounds for yourself. But I personally find it sounds really, really awesome. Now the spectral warper over here, it has a warp parameter. What a surprise if it's called a warper. A tilt parameter, as well as a pre-post filtering and a resonance parameter we call pulse, because it's not strictly resonance. So here again is the dry voice.
We are the many.
And
For eons we have we are the many.
tilt.
For eons we have we
Are the many.
For eons we have
We are the many. For eons we have
we are the many.
And poles.
For eons we have we are the many. For eons we have we are the many. For eons we have we
Now between these two, if I bring both of them online, I get craziness. Total craziness.
are the many. For eons we have we are the many.
So if you put this behind an Adaptiverb that has frozen the input and reduced it to like a drone using some of the advanced parameters, then you can really start shaping that with this. Well, same here, AEX, audio units, RTAS, VST, Mac, Windows, 32-bit, 64-bit, whatever you need, it will do it. Also coming Q2. Thanks for watching.